Good morning, it's Barbara. It was dreary and rainy looking when I first got up, but that was 2 hours ago. And it's starting to look a little sunnyish out there, so I might go outside. Oh, it's a little cool and a little blustery out here, but I just thought I'd say good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I'm Barbara. Christy and Rich and Wicket are off to visit my parents. And so they'll be gone all day. It's a 3-hour drive, so. Anyway, yeah, it's very blustery out here. The leaves are flying. The trees are probably being noisy. I apologize for that. Oh, I did not sleep very well. It's my own fault. I was reading a mystery that was going to be taken back to the library today, so I finished it and I was up late, and then I couldn't sleep very well. It was the Gamache book, The Cruelest Month, The Cruelest Month by Louise Penny. And yeah, it was a little strange. Not strange, but it had this whole subplot going on that didn't feel very resolved to me at the end. But I had read the next book out of order because of the wait times in my library, and they had never mentioned this subplot in this next book, so it was kind of interesting. We'll see what happens. I need to go figure out what the next book that I haven't read is and put in a hold for that. But anyway, and I just got the latest Girl with the Dragon Tattoo book, which are being written by other people, of course, because Stieg Larsson died many years ago now. This is a different author than the last two, so I'm interested to see what she does with this character. I think Stieg Larsson might have left some outlines and stuff for later books, but I'm not sure. I suspect he didn't leave outlines for more than two, so I don't know why I think I know that. Anyway, so that's the next on the list. I'm feeling low energy because I'm not sleeping well, so I might just read. Dennis is going to make one of his yummy chicken dishes for dinner tonight. Christy and Rich have not had any of those, so that'll be fun. Well, we haven't seen, I think I told you this yesterday, we haven't seen Rich since the wedding, so he hasn't had a lot of things. But we had a nice conversation this morning over coffee, and then they took off. So she's going to practice her ceremony tonight because tomorrow she is the Reverend Dr. Christy and will be officiating at her sister's wedding. So that's very exciting. And we will be keeping Wicket. And they're going to stay overnight. So, yeah. Anyway. So that's the latest news. Something made a noise outside last night in the dark. I mean, and we jumped. Rich is like, what the heck was that? I don't know what it was, but it set the dogs off like crazy. Pearl would not go outside. She was just standing in the house barking, and we couldn't get her to stop. It was like headache territory. It was really annoying. Maisie was out there protecting us, trying to scare it away, whatever the thing was. It sounded like a duck quacking or something. I mean, it was really weird. So, that was kind of disappointing last night, but she's calmer today. So, I don't think Dennis slept very well last night either. He's still sleeping. As is Aura. I'm the only one awake here now. That's not true. The dogs are awake. So I hope everyone who is finding themselves in the environs of Rhinebeck, New York today are having a wonderful time. I hope it's good weather. If it's weather like this, it's perfect because this is sweater weather. And hope you knit a heavy sweater because it's cool. But yeah, I hope they're having a day like I'm having. And it's very possible because I'm only 4 hours away. So it's just too long for a day trip. You got to stay overnight. First time I went to Rhinebeck, I stayed in a motel that was near Poughkeepsie, so it was south of Rhinebeck. And it was, I don't know, 45 minutes to the fairgrounds. And, you know, I was by myself. So I went on Saturday, but then Sunday I woke up and I'm like, do I really want to drive 45 minutes north and go again, or do I just want to go home? And I ended up just going home. So I just spent one day at the festival. The next year I got a hotel room in Kingston, which is across the river from Rhinebeck, but close enough that you go, you know, and that worked out really well. And my motel was right next door to India Untangled. And so that was really nice. Now, India Untangled apparently is like a huge thing now. And it's out. I saw a short by whatever those little reel from Valerie. She was knitting and other people were shopping. And it looked like it was in this huge venue, you know, with some of the buildings far apart from others. It was kind of interesting. But of course, it grew to be huge. The side events grew to be really huge around Rhinebeck. So it gives people who are traveling far lots more to do, like gives them a Friday full of events. And it also expands the number of vendors you can see, because, you know, there's a limited number of vendors at the fairgrounds, you know, at the Sheep and Wool Show. So that's nice. And there are a lot of people that go there. So I'm very interested to see the videos and what people have to say. I did see a post on Instagram this morning that Jenny the Potter isn't there. She's like one of the big draws. I mean, people used to line up at a specific entrance to the fairgrounds because that was closest to Jenny the Potter. And like half the people in that line went straight to Jenny the Potter. So it's interesting. I haven't followed what's going on with her lately, but apparently she's not at Rhinebeck this year, and that surprises me. She was a very, very popular vendor. I do have one of her mugs. So anyway, that's the update on what I know about Rhinebeck. I'm sure everyone's having a wonderful time, and they're very glad they knit their sweaters. I am quite sure. So, meanwhile, I'm going to go in and drink my coffee and get out of the chilly air because my sweater that I'm wearing is light. I'm not wearing one of my heavy sweaters. I could wear my original Malin sweater. And, yeah, I'll be very toasty. But I'm not. I threw this on this morning to come down early to say goodbye to Christy and Rich. And I'm still wearing it. Yeah. Anyway. Everybody who has been able to go to New York Sheep and Wool, I hope you're having a wonderful time. The rest of us will be enjoying it vicariously through all your posts and things. Oh, and I want to say that next Saturday is our Zoom call, so please mark your calendar. 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and I think Saturday is when Europe might be switching to Standard Time, but not until after our call. That happens in the middle of the night between Saturday and Sunday. So it's still Eastern Daylight Time. And I think we change it the first weekend in November. I'm not sure. November's will be Standard Time, but October's is still Eastern Daylight Time. So please mark your calendar and come. And but that's next Saturday. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful time if you're out and about and enjoying yourself. And please stay safe and stay sane.